This video is going to look at speed and velocity, which is when something is actually moving. How do we describe what's happening there? So first we're going to talk about speed. Speed is the rate of change in position relative to time. And this, in colloquial language, is how fast. So how fast is something going is the speed at which it's traveling at. And we measure it in meters per second. Which we write as m over s. And variable is, we don't really have one. Sometimes you'll see s, sometimes you'll see what looks like absolute value of v. That's a way of saying the magnitude of v. But generally speaking, if you're asked about speed, you'll probably just write speed equals whatever meters per second, because there isn't really kind of a standard thing for speed. Velocity, on the other hand, is much more common. Velocity is the, sorry, let me go back, I realized I made an error. Speed is actually the magnitude of the rate of change in position. That's because it's a scalar. Velocity, on the other hand, is a vector, and it's the rate of change of position with respect to time. In colloquial language, we're saying how fast in which direction. And that's the key point here. The measurement and the units are also in meters per second, which again we write as m over s. And the variable is a lowercase v. And if you want to calculate average velocity, you can do this by saying delta x over delta t, which will also, like we talked about before, be x minus x naught over t minus t naught. So two positions, two times, subtract them, and you get the average velocity. And average velocity will be written using the symbol v with a line over top of it, which is, we sometimes say v bar. A lot of this isn't super critical, but I want you to at least be exposed to it so you've got kind of in your mind. We'll talk about this more in class if you have questions, but otherwise that will leave us off here with speed and velocity.